So listen, I've got this sick deal. It is a 20% below market value. The return on investment is 30%. How do you want to pay the finder's fee? Oh, hang on a second. I just need to know a few things of information just to do a bit more due diligence. That's exactly what you need to be doing when you're buying a property. Yes, the figures may look good on paper, but are you sure that it's actually going to be a viable investment? I'm going to give you the 5 things that you need to know and you need to figure out before committing to a property. The first thing is, what is the market value of the property? Now, for example, the asking price, what the property is marketed at, isn't actually the market value. It may be, but in most cases it isn't. It's actually more inflated. And the best way for you to ascertain what the true market value is to go onto Rightmove, look at sold house prices in the area, like for like comparisons within the last year. And if you can't find anything within that on that street, then you want to be extending your search mile radius by maximum by a quarter mile, basically. Okay, remember, like for likes. If it's a 3-bed terraced house, look for 3-bed terraced house. Don't compare a 3-bed terraced house with a 2-bed semi-detached house. The second thing is to work out what the rental demand is in the area. So it's all good buying a property that's 20% below market value and on paper it's giving you 35% return on investment, but what if you can't fill that property to fulfill that 35% return on investment? So you need to make sure that the property is going to rent out, and a few things is, remember, you want to be buying properties in an area where there's great employment and there's great transport links to major cities, and maybe also if you're doing HMO next to a university. The third thing is, how much rent are you going to get? So again, you don't want to overestimate your figures. You always want to underestimate things like rental income and things like that, do the worst case scenario. And the best way for you to ascertain what rent you can achieve is through looking at online portals like Open Rent if it's a buy-to-let, or maybe Spare Room if it's a HMO, and also speak to agents, get 3 figures and find an average and see if that reflects what is actually being rented out. The fourth thing that you want to understand is, what type of tenants are you going to attract? So are you going to be, if it's a HMO, are you getting students? Is it professionals? If it is professionals, is it white collar versus blue collar? You want to know who your target audience is going to be and if your strategy fits that area. And the final thing is to understand how many letting agents are in place and can you get a good letting agent, because the last thing you want to do is to buy a property that gives you 35% return on investment theoretically, but you can't get anyone to manage it and it gives you a whole load of headaches. Remember guys, a property investment is not passive unless someone else is managing it for you. Okay, if you're having to manage the property for yourself, if you're based in London and you've got property in Birmingham and you're having to drive to Birmingham every week to sort out a problem, it's not passive. You want it to be hands off. Okay, so make sure you get a good letting agent in place, and I'm going to do a video on the questions that you need to be asking letting agents to qualify and to vet them to make sure that they are suitable for managing your property. So I hope you found the video useful, guys. Remember, smash that link up there, sign up to our mailing list. We're sending deals out every week, and let's do some business. Take care.